Hey everybody, how's it going out there? Welcome to Movies and Music with AJ. My name's AJ. Thanks for watching. And you know, this is a movie channel, but it's also a music channel. I do album reactions as well as movie reactions. So I don't know why it never occurred to me up until now to react to a movie that is about music. But here we are, about 7 or 8 months into this channel, and we're finally doing it. Today we were watching That Thing You Do, which came out in the fall of 1996. And it, of course, is written and directed by one Tom Hanks. Now, obviously, I'm familiar with Tom Hanks and his work. I've watched, I feel like, all of his big films, at least from the 90s. You know, your Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, Castaway. There's definitely a few from the 80s and post-2000s that I've missed. But I feel like I've watched most of his big starring films. That said, I didn't know he was a writer and director as well, and this is his feature directorial debut, both writing and directing. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of talent he brings behind the camera, because we all know that he has plenty of talent in front of the camera. I don't know much about this movie, and it's kind of weird because I will say, as a 90s kid, I feel like I'm pretty familiar with most of the big films and the iconic films from this era. But somehow That Thing You Do just totally flew under the radar for me. I somehow missed it. It wasn't even until really late in the 2000s that I actually heard about this movie and come to realize how much people loved it. I remember when La La Land came out a few years ago, and that movie, of course, was a big sensation. I don't think this is a spoiler to say, but Tom Everett Scott has, let's call it a cameo. He has a cameo at the end of that movie. People at the time were like, whoa, did you know that the guy from That Thing You Do is in La La Land? And I was like, the guy from That Thing You Do? Tom Everett Scott? Don't you mean that guy from An American Werewolf in Paris? Don't you mean that guy from Dead Man on Campus? Yeah, somehow I just totally missed out on this movie. But people love it. I think it's fair to say that it's a cult classic. It didn't exactly light up the box office, but in the ensuing years, it's really gained a really passionate, enthusiastic fan base. So I'm excited to watch this film. So let's go ahead and do that. Without further ado, this is going to be my reaction to That Thing You Do from 1996, and it is, of course, written and directed by Tom Hanks. Let's go. You are the stars in the nighttime sky. You are my girl and I'm your guy. Pretty sure this isn't the kind of music that the band in this movie ends up making, but maybe this is just meant to establish, you know, how much they're going to evolve the sound of pop music, going from this to something a little more rockin' maybe. Charlize Theron in this movie. Wow, this would have been an early Charlize film, right? 96? Giovanni Ribisi, Boiler Room. That was, I remember really enjoying that movie as a kid as well. Like how we're just seeing the really tedious day-to-day of his work life. I'm guessing he's not really a big fan of this job, but hey, everybody needs one, right? Dale Paxton. What do we got here? Oh, nice. He's a drummer. Gonna play along. Nice. It's funny I mentioned La La Land in the intro. This feels very La La Land, you know, where Ryan Gosling's character puts on a jazz record and plays along. I'm not a musician. I don't play an instrument. One of my big regrets never learning to, but if you do play an instrument, did you ever do anything like this? You know, just put a record on or put an album on and just play along to it? Is that a common way that people try to learn music?
The sign, guy, the sign.
No, sorry, I'll turn that right off.
Is that music playing on one of the store hi-fis?
I'll turn that right off, too.
Turn that off, too.
I guess that's one of the advantages of working in an appliance store, though. You got that really nice sound system to listen to.
Hey, but I thought you already decided on the Echoes.
How about the Corvettes?
Is that the Corvettes or the Corvettes? Corvettes.
It's kind of like the Beatles is spelled with an A instead of an E, so it's not really the bug, it's as in a beat. Although I always took it as more of a reference to the Beat Poets, the Beatniks.
I was in a band already called the Tempos. We were terrible.
Steve Zahn looks so young in this.
Heard that.
Steve Zahn was in Out of Sight just a couple of years after this, but he looks like a totally different guy.
Chad gonna solo on Wipeout?
Oh, you know, every song is wipe out to Chad.
Enjoy your breakfast.
See you, Faye.
Oh, nice. If you've watched any of my album reactions of classic rock, you know that I love a good Hammond.
Music first? No, here. Wait, that's one. Oh, heard, like scared?
I was gonna say, I don't...
Like, oh, ow.
Did he hurt himself?
Guys, Chad fell down.
Guys, Chad fell down. That's Ethan Embry. What was that movie? He was in one of those really big teen, like high school coming-of-age comedies in the 90s. Seth Green's in it. Can't Hardly Wait? Was that it?
We have a big proposition for you, guy. You still playing percussion?
I told you he was, didn't I?
Every day.
How about sitting in for Chad just for tonight?
Why?
Asshole. Just broke his arm.
Let's check out these clock rados over here, huh?
It's just for tonight. And if we win,
I like how he's
we
just
split
showing them.
$100.
I'm wondering if if he used to play in a band, but his dad told him he had to quit so he could mind the store.
If you want these magic hands, you gotta buy 2 new record needles and this radio.
They can't afford that.
It's $14.95 on sale.
How about a washing machine, too? Yeah, okay.
What's $14.95 in 60s money, though? You know what's funny? Is this is supposed to sound all retro. But it's not that far from, like, just modern indie rock.
Wonderful. I gotta go.
Oh, come on.
That's it. That's it, the Wonders. And then you know how like the Beatles they use an EA as the Beatles? Well, we can use an ONE like the Wonders.
The Wonders. Lenny. Yeah, it looks
just
like
looks-
the Oneders.
That's what I was gonna say. English spelling is just so weird sometimes. If I didn't speak English and you said, how do you pronounce this word, the word one, O-N-E, you could give me 5 guesses and I wouldn't come close to saying one. Ane, own, oni, ane.
This is hardly a date, guy. I thought we were going to the movies and dinner at the club. Well, how long is this going to
I've
be?
been looking for you everywhere. You gotta set up.
Oh, great. Tina, this is Faye.
Hi.
Tina Fey.
How long is this going to be?
Hey, that guy. I just watched The People Under the Stairs, if you're into horror movie reactions. He played Roach in that movie. So what's he gonna do? Is this gonna be a Back to the Future situation where he just goes off?
Eat my shorts, Captain! Shut up! I'll kick your ass.
The Oneders.
It's the Wonders.
1, 2, 3, yeah! That's too fast, guy. Slow down! Come on! Come on! Slow down!
I knew he was gonna take over.
Oh, come on, that's too fast.
Ethan Embry totally has bass player vibes. Like that feels like good casting. The girls like it. It's actually a pretty fun song. Ironically, it's his drumming that makes it feel more retro. That slower version somehow felt more contemporary. She is not interested at all. I wonder if these guys are actually playing their instruments and actually singing. It all sounds good though, I like it. He's excited about it.
The only other band I was in was my uncle's band. We played this wedding for free and then we broke up. This one gets a paying gig.
Why do I feel like this couple's not gonna be a couple by the end of the movie?
Thank you.
They want the song. Play the song.
Hey, we came here to meet girls and dance, and we can't meet girls until we dance!
All right, this is an opportune time to pick it up.
The word is out on you, Oneders.
Hey, that's Oneders.
People were calling their friends to come down to Villa Pianos.
Maybe we should make a record. You're talking to Spartacus here. I happen to have a relative in the record industry.
Ooh, Uncle Bob. He records church music.
Wouldn't do it for free.
And we'd have to watch our language.
I can't imagine there being an explicit version of this song. That f***ing thing you do.
That was swinging, man. Swinging?
That was swinging.
That's good, right?
Swinging good time.
You're the drummer, aren't you? Oh, that group I heard last night,
Yes, I am.
Phil Horace.
Guy Patterson.
One of the good things about your group is there's a nice, natural, raw quality. I like that.
get physical with music. I like that.
I'm not sure about this.
Well, it's a standard management contract. It says if I do my job, you guys make money. Rock and roll shows in Steubenville, Youngstown, Pittsburgh, places like that.
Pittsburgh? Steubenville?
Yeah.
That was a very odd delivery. Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Ethan Embry's acting style is just 90% eyes. It's like, just watch his eyes. That's...
A man in a really nice camper wants to put our song on the radio.
Is she gonna put it on too?
Oh, I can't believe I missed it.
Wow, it played 3 times this afternoon.
What's her deal? She seems like kind of like put off by the music thing.
Here is the Oneders.
Are they just gonna be the Oneders the whole movie? I got nobody's figured it out yet.
Hey, the bike's not on. All right, who am I not paying back here? Come on.
Not off to a good start, is it? Oh no, this is just going so wrong. That reminds me, there's this clip on YouTube. It's like these, I think they're like middle school kids in their school gym. And they're playing a Weezer cover, I believe. And at a certain point, the keyboard just falls off the thing and they just stand there and it's the most junior high thing of all time.
You can't let a tepid reaction from one matinee house affect your dedication to the band.
Mr. White is with Playtone Records. He just happened to be in town this week, and he caught the show this afternoon.
Great.
Well, I have heard your record, Guy, and I like it. We'd like to release it and add the Wonders to the Playtone stable of artists.
It's probably a good sign that he's the first one who actually got the name right.
We'd be on tour? Yeah. A tour.
With other stars of the Playtone galaxy. Who is Faye?
Faye's sort of like my girlfriend.
Oh, that is so sweet. You want her on tour? She's your costume mistress.
That's it. Go. Doing that thing they do. Come on. The Wonders.
There you are, right here.
Billboard. Wow.
I'm not here with these fellas. I got a pig in competition over at the livestock pavilion, and I am gonna win that blue ribbon.
That is very like Beatles-esque, how they always used to just goof off and just be silly during interviews, especially when they were younger.
You're Bobby Washington. You're the Bobby Washington. You recorded with Del Paxton on Live at the Philadelphia Jazz Junction. Oh man, what was it like to record with Del Paxton?
Faye, what is Jimmy doing at Diane Dane's table?
He's showing her how the record made number 21 in Billboard.
Tell me something, Faye. How long have you and Jimmy been you and Jimmy?
2.5 years.
Why is he curious?
Well, that is a long time. So, what about Guy there? Does anybody at home think he's amazing?
He had a girlfriend back in Erie. She fell in love with her dentist.
Well, that's too bad.
Uh-oh. It sounded like Tom Hanks wanted Liv Tyler to get with Tom Everett Scott. Looks like things might get a little messy.
That Thing You Do is the fastest rising single in the history of the Playtone label. You've got the number 7 record in the country.
The fact that it was him that noticed that she was being held up like that. Definitely seems like the seeds are being planted, that that's the way things are gonna go romantically.
You know, Faye's not feeling very good.
I want to know when we're going to get into recording studio.
Well, now, first things first, Phil.
Yeah, jeez, he didn't even bother to ask a follow-up on that.
Ooh, and I'll send you up some soup, too.
Oh, thank you.
My name is Lamar, and this is my hotel.
I'm Faye.
Didn't I check you in with a quartet of gentlemen? And why aren't they here to take care of your needs?
They're off making a major motion picture.
Oh no, this is the movie. Shrimp Shack. Shrimp Shack, baby.
Hey, do we have a top 10 record?
You sure do.
Well, then we shouldn't be here.
What, would you rather be back on that state fair tour, Jimmy?
I'm wondering how much this tension is gonna escalate. That he's just all about the music. Doesn't seem to care about all the other trappings.
Thanks, guys. Just leave the headphones in there.
Yeah, the way they say you, it reminds me of the beginning of I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Diane warned me about this.
Diane Dane?
Diane Dane, what did she say?
Never trust a label. And I'm beginning to believe her.
Hey, come on, they put us up in a first-class hotel.
I'm sorry I'm bugging you. I guess I'm alone in my principles.
You gotta understand something about Jimmy.
He eats world.
Hey, Lamar, is there any place around here with really good jazz?
Good jazz. Who played cornet for Jacques Sinclair on Vital Stats?
Scotty McDonald.
Get in the cab. Get in!
See, that's the thing. I am a jazz fan. I know the band leaders, but I couldn't just listen to a record and tell you who the other players are necessarily. I want to get to that level, though.
Dang, is that fine?
Yeah.
Looks like they're kind of busy doing the cock and bull with Del there.
Del?
Yeah, Del Paxton. He's one of the regulars.
Del Paxton.
Mm-hmm.
Del Paxton sitting over there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Del Paxton is sitting over there.
Oh, I just lost you, didn't I?
I don't think he really had him, to be honest.
I'm Guy Patterson. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm in a band called the Wonders, and I play the drums. And I have all your records. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. You are my biggest fan.
Thanks. I'll have another Hennessy.
I had an embarrassing moment like this with a band. I was at Austin City Limits Music Festival doing photography, and I was backstage and I ran into a band. I don't think I want to say which band. I just had a total moment like this where I just started rambling to them, and it was embarrassing. I still cringe thinking about it.
Well, we've only been together for 2 months.
Some bands I've been with, that's 2 months too long. You keep on playing and watch your money.
Good morning, Guy. We have a crisis here. Your bass player has disappeared, and you are still in bed.
You're gonna be on TV tonight!
No, I've left 50 messages. Where the hell is he?
The Hollywood Television Showcase. Teen sensations, The Wonders.
I wonder how many people are watching this tonight.
How many people saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show?
This sketch. How did we get here? I led you here, sir. For I am Spartacus.
See, now I know this is a fiction movie because it's the drummer who's the star of the show.
The new teen sensations, The Wonders.
It's time for America to meet the Wonders. Let's make them look good. And go. Leo, there's a good-looking kid. Shake that up, baby. And go. Jimmy, careful, girls, he's engaged. Congratulations.
Is that true? I missed that detail. That girl in the front. Well, I mean, it's kind of refreshing. You know, a lot of stories like this, you just expect that the dad's just going to be played as like this cartoonish level villain that's just never going to approve of his son. Like, it's nice to see like the dad actually come around and is actually happy for his son, you know?
Careful, girls. He's engaged. Am I supposed to buy you some diamond ring now?
You're ruining this beautiful moment.
We're not.
Dang.
It's the last thing I need in the world.
Yeah, you don't really come back from that. I think that relationship is over.
Good Lord, Faye, you look gorgeous.
Jimmy, from now on, you stay away from me.
Oh.
I have wasted thousands and thousands of kisses on you. But now I know that you don't mean any of it. You just save it for all your songs. Shame on me for kissing you with my eyes closed so tight.
Guy's face, though, when it rack focused to him, it was like a, aww.
No, you're a liar, White. You're a liar.
And you're in a tough spot, Jimmy, because you didn't read the Playtone contract that you yourself signed, because it says you do what I say. I want something peppy, something happy, something up-tempo. I want something snappy.
I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit, Mr. White.
They just became the one-hit wonders.
Sorry. I'm really sorry, Mr. White.
One-hit wonders. It's a very common tale.
It's gonna cut him out of it. Yep. And this is where she realizes it was Guy all along. Gotta sit down and play the drums. Is that Del Paxton?
What do you call that?
I am Spartacus.
You want to lay it down?
Hey, my man.
Hey, Del.
Hey, you're good.
Oh, you heard that?
Sweet. Can I jam with you a bit?
You want to jam with me? Sure. Sure.
Faye, she's still here? Yeah. She's sitting there in the coffee shop, at the counter, alone. Now, where I come from, that just ain't right.
Del says I've got the chops to make it as a drummer in L.A.
So, you're gonna be a permanent West Coaster.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Don't let her go.
Nice. You know that, none of this would have happened if you hadn't joined the band. And I mean that in a good way.
Before you go, let me ask you one question.
Shoot.
When was the last time you were decently kissed?
That's a question. About 5 seconds from now.
Lamar, would you mind watching our things?
Oh, that's what I do.
His name was TB Player? TB Player, the bass player. Oh, that's hilarious. That's disrespectful. So disrespectful. Bass players just stay getting the short end of the stick. Alright, what a solid, fun, entertaining film. You know, I'm actually kind of glad that I watched this around Thanksgiving time, because this is actually kind of a perfect Thanksgiving movie. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's either like late Thanksgiving Day or it's the next day, Black Friday. And inevitably there's that moment where your whole family's just sitting around and like there's nothing really to do. You know, you've had all the light conversation that you're going to have. You're sitting around in kind of awkward silence. And that's the point in the Thanksgiving get together where you just decide to throw on a movie just so you could all have a shared experience, be in the same room, but not sit with the awkwardness of either silence or worse, you know, some cousin or uncle coming at you with their weird politics. So yeah, you throw a movie on and this feels like the perfect kind of movie for that situation because it's just so wholesome and warm and fun and entertaining. But at the same time, it's a good movie. You know, it was really well paced. It hits all the beats you want from a movie like this and the performances are all genuine. We need those kind of movies. You know, we definitely need the art house films. We need the Oscar caliber best picture type of films. We need superhero films. We need every kind of film, you know, and this is definitely a kind of film that I feel like has a good place in the world. And in retrospect, it does make sense that this is written and directed by Tom Hanks, because even if he wasn't behind the camera on this, you know, it does seem like the kind of film that he would be in anyway as an actor. When I think about Forrest Gump and even A League of Their Own, which I haven't watched, that might be a good reaction movie as well. Let me know if you think so. But I know that, you know, he does tend to favor period pieces. You know, he's acted in quite a few of them. And yeah, as far as the story itself, I liked the escalation of it. I liked the pacing of it. I did see that there was an extended cut that adds 40 minutes to this film. And that's just kind of wild to me, because I thought everything that was in there, definitely there was stuff that was like hinted at, that was not really that fleshed out. But it was hinted at enough that it didn't necessarily need to be fleshed out in terms of just, you know, the trajectory of the main story, right? There was a lot of like B stories and subplots and things that kind of just mostly happened either off stage or just with a passing sort of like, here's a shot of the bass player and, you know, the singer from this other group and they're dancing. So, you know, and they kind of keep showing and hinting little things like that, where over the course of the movie, you're like, oh, you can kind of see the progression of certain storylines happening in the background. And I'm guessing that's probably what those 40 minutes are, is just fleshing out, you know, some of the backstory of some of the supporting characters, which I guess if you really love this movie, that would be really cool to see and get to kind of experience more of that world. But in terms of just the first time watch, I thought this was the perfect way to do it. I thought the pacing of this, you know, was just under 2 hours. That felt right for the story that was told in this movie. But I am curious, for fans of this movie, which cut do you prefer? Do you prefer the extended cut, or do you think this theatrical cut is the better version? And yeah, in terms of the main plot itself with Shades and Faye, you know, I could see some people saying like, oh, why couldn't the story just focus on the music and the band? You know, why did they have to shoehorn in a romantic plot into that? And I could kind of see that. But at the same time, honestly, this feels kind of true to life, to my life. Hear me out. So I actually started right out of college as a music journalist. And I was, at one point, a couple of years after college, I was an editor for, you know, a webzine. You know, we interviewed bands, we did concert reviews, you know, album reviews, all that sort of thing. And I was the editor at the time, and my now wife was actually a writer for that magazine, and that's how we met. And at the time, I was dating somebody else. You know, in retrospect, her and I were definitely not right for each other. She was a school teacher, and I was doing this music journalism thing where I'm out covering concerts till like 2 a.m. So yeah, in retrospect, it obviously wasn't going to work out. And she's a good person, but we just weren't right for each other. And yeah, I remember at the time thinking like, this is my life. This is what I'm about. I'm doing this music journalism thing. We're going to build this, you know, magazine from the ground up and be this real presence in music journalism. You know, so you go into it thinking that like, this is the thing you want. This is the reason you're going down this path. But then that path starts to sort of blur, and, you know, things start to go not how you planned, and your interests start to shift. And you just sort of kind of like outgrow that original goal you had. But it's the people you meet along the way on that journey where you're like, you know, it wasn't necessarily the goal that was the important thing I got out of this. It was the people that I met and the relationships that I made. And in this case, yeah, meeting my future wife. You know, neither of us do music journalism or journalism of any sort at this point. I mean, I guess unless you include, you know, if you somehow count this YouTube channel as a form of journalism, I don't know, I guess you could maybe make that argument. But yeah, neither of us do that as a day job anymore. So it's just funny how like that was the thing, that was how we met, and that was the important part of that journey, is just meeting each other and falling in love and like building a really cool, really beautiful life together. And that was not at all what I thought was going to happen when I went into music journalism. I was just focused on the work itself. I was all about the work. I had no idea that a romantic subplot would enter my life in that way. So yeah, in case you're somebody who thinks that that was not a necessary part of the story, or that it just felt shoehorned or unrealistic, let me tell you, that does happen in life. You know, you focus on your career and then you leave that career, but years later, what you still have is the people that you met along the way. And that might be a TMI, I don't know. But I just like sharing personal anecdotes on this channel and giving it a more personal touch, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to watch stories. We're here to share our stories. And that's what's fun for me in doing this channel. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow along with more of my reactions, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Signing out for today, this has been Movies and Music with AJ. My name's AJ. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.